There's millions of different life forms in the universe, there's no doubt about it, and many of these life forms you could say are very distinguishable from each other. With humans being the smartest life forms on our planet came technology. People were able to see photos and pictures of themselves. We are able to dress and change the way we want others to perceive us, and we even have the ability to edit our own pictures to our own liking. Having these contemporary gifts have really opened our eyes to what the future can hold, along with the ability to make assumptions on how humanity will look like 1,000 years from now. It's truly remarkable how we are able to perceive life and distinguish every life form and separate it from the other. But what if we couldn't? What if we instead had extraterrestrial origins? What if we came from a long line of alien civilizations and our time on Earth had simply shaped the way we see each other? Well, that's what brings me to the plot of our video. What if we are put to the task of distinguishing ourselves from creatures who resemble us almost perfectly? What if the safety of us and our loved ones depended on this? Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call the Long-Eyed Project. The game begins by asking you if you had received the email to this program accidentally. If so, then you were to delete the program and turn back immediately if you value your life. But if you had received the invite for a reason, then you are asked to take a seat and listen to the instructor before you begin your test. The instructor gives you many warnings of things to come and prepares you of the horrors that you will stumble upon. He explains that the test you are about to take is known as a creature detection program and was created for special branches of the Secret Service. It even gives you an example of the creatures that you will be identifying throughout the program, those creatures being named the Long-Eyed. The instructor then shows you an image of a normal adult man who looks to be around the age of 30 to 40 years old. After examining the photo, the instructor gives you one last warning to turn off the program if you think the photo looks normal. He then claims if you were experiencing issues such as vomiting, panic, and even bleeding from wounds after examining the photo, then you are quote-unquote fit for training. Strange. Before you finally get to begin your test, the instructor has one more message for you. That message being that the test you are about to take is supposedly supposed to unlock your sixth sense, in which it's supposed to help you identify the creatures known as the Long-Eyed. It even gives one final warning to the user, stating that if the user taking these tests has a feeling of someone's presence near them, a bloody nose, a cold, goosebumps, and even getting chills down your spine, then you should close the program immediately and pray for your life. With all that being said, the test begins. After selecting a few pictures of images that seem incredibly eerie, the instructor congratulates you and lets you know that the test is not finished and that you just merely finished the first verification stage. Another warning is given, which states that if you feel like something is wrong within the test that you are taking, then you should back out and not turn around for a while, which is incredibly odd. It all sounds incredibly creepy to me, considering the instructor even prays for you and says, "May God help you." At this point, the game begins to pick up pace and starts to get a little more cursed in a way. You are given some final tips before entering the next stage of the test, those tips being if their face looks unnatural, if they give off a bad odor, if you're feeling anxiety, and the last tip doesn't even seem like a tip at all and feels more like a warning that they're watching you closely. More pictures of random disfigured individuals are shown. The game is getting more and more difficult to play, and at times, seeming like both pictures are containing the so-called long-eyed creatures. Before you were able to finish the second stage of the test, a message by the instructor pops up asking if you were alive, which is fairly unnerving. But not as unnerving as the next message, which gives you a question, that question being if you were alone. The scary part being that you're not allowed to press yes, meaning that the program knows that something is there next to you, waiting for you to let your guard down. After selecting no, the test continues as normal, with the pictures slowly getting more and more off-putting. After making your final selection of images within the program, you're interrupted by knocking. A certain knocking that sounds like it's right outside your bedroom door. The instructor tells you not to open it. But why? What could have made its way inside your home? What creature could be lurking outside your room? Could it be one of those long-eyed creatures? Or is it just a friend messing with you? Eventually, the knocking ends, and you are given your last few images to choose from. The last one being, in my opinion, the most unnerving. And just like that, the test ends. You have successfully completed the program and are free to leave. But before you can go, the instructor gives you one final message to let you know that they will be coming for you within a week, and are instructed to not go outside, talk to anyone, open any doors, and not answer any calls. And if you have not been contacted within 7 days, then you should pray. I'm guessing something might have the ability to compromise you from the objective. But the objective being what? No further questions were answered. You were brought back to the main menu, with the options of taking the test again or exiting the program, which is a decision ultimately left by you. Now, to say this game was eerie would be an understatement. The game has its moments of high anxiety-inducing scenarios, and did a really good job at making you feel like you were being watched the entire time. The unspoken eeriness really brought something unique, as games like these tend to focus on more realistic aspects over the classic survival horror games. This game really focuses on your mind, and makes you question your own reality, which begs the question, are we really the most intelligent beings on our planet? Or is there something more sinister, something more intelligent, that knows it would be better off disguising itself from its true form? Could the long-eyed people really exist among our populace? And if so, what do they want from us? I guess that's simply a story to tell for another day, once another chapter is revealed. Now, although there are future chapters to be revealed on this game, and which I would love to elaborate on, I'd have to say my true thoughts and ideals on the matter, as there can be many speculations on what could truly be going on in the game. I find the topic of the long-eyed people very interesting in itself, as the true reality is unknown. Could this be a long-lost program that was recreated in a video game to lose its supernatural touch? Was this based on a true program, or was this game completely fiction? Could there really be a secret service hunting these human-like creatures, ridiculing them from our society in secret? Maybe not as fictional as the Men in Black, but there is a possibility that quite possibly those giants that lived among us, written in historical tales, could have been the long-eyed people, who had simply adopted the look of humans to blend in with our society. Could there really quite possibly be creatures that are hiding among us? Everyone is free to speculate their beliefs on how we became on this earth. There is no doubt in the universe that there are other living beings, maybe not living among us, but are sharing the galaxy with us. Out of the numerous star systems and galaxies, there has to be life on other planets, not just ours, right? Well, I guess that's simply something for us to wait and find out. Tell me what you truly believe in the comments. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this eerie tale of the Long-Eyed Project. This was Nightfuel, and I hope you have a good evening and good night.